Hey guys, first Guardsman here, and I'll be talking about a max damage Salamander's Power Sword build for the Techmarine class and Space Marine 2. Now, I am addicted to this Power Sword. This thing slaps. The heroic perk effect is called Nocturne's Retort, perfect parry to empower the blade and deal 300% more damage with the next light attack in speed style. You can hold up to 6 in power stacks. The parry window is smaller, so every perfect parry you get 3 in power stacks, and the damage here on your speed style is very high. And the biggest benefit of this weapon is that on the Techmarine, and really any class that has overcharge or arc cleave effects, you can just skip over this. You don't actually need charge attack damage for power rakes on this power sword, which opens up other perk opportunities like Methodical Destruction or Omniscient Axe Deflection. So super great synergy with this class, really fun to use, and we're going to be building around pure melee damage with stuff like the Inferno Pistol, Push the Advantage, and of course counter offensive protocols. Now first up, the perk tree. So we take the perk Armor Strength first, moving here to the perk Master of Offense, then I pick up the perk Perpetual Strength again here to Tranquility and Melee Onslaught. Now momentum gain can technically reach 30% damage here, but the bottom tree is much better for damage overall because this is a flat bonus that is active 24/7, and usually you are never building up to this, and the actual damage here, if you were just get like 3 in power stacks and immediately go into your speed style combos, is lower on those first 3 attacks than it would be with just these 2 perks, so I would definitely pick these up. Next perk here is Hard Target, moving here to the perk Cutting Edge for power rake, dealing 50% more melee damage. And then we pick up the perk Extremis Slayer, Majora Slayer, and Terminus Slayer, and the final perk here is Speed Restoration because double contested health recovery in speed style is actually pretty damn strong on this weapon. And that is pretty much all there is for the Salamander's Power Sword. Now for the secondary, I do take the Rate of Fire Inferno Pistol. Now, the Techmarine is actually pretty good with the Inferno Pistol because even though this weapon has a lower gun strike damage range, or excuse me, a lower gun strike range normally, because we have a servo gun, this is our gun strike all the time, which means that lower range does not exist for us. A super strong option because of that. And we also have the perk here, Motivated Melee, which says melee damage increases by 20% if this weapon has no ammo in its magazine, which ups our melee damage even further. Now, the rest of the perk tree here is Great Might into Perpetual Range. Then I pick up Increased Capacity, Adamant Restoration for ammo economy because this perk is incredible for a secondary weapon. And the final perks are Extra Shot and Trick Shot. Now the variant I chose is the Rate of Fire version because the contested health recovery here is actually quite strong. But if you want more ammo economy, you can pick up the standard ammo version instead, but that is up to you. Now for the primary weapon, wow, what's that? We're taking the Heroic Heavy Bolt Rifle. This weapon is almost like too good on the Techmarine. It's just so strong, and the grenade launcher portion just gives you back all of your contested health. The damage on the bolter portion is great. The ammo economy is very strong. It is such a satisfying weapon to use. It also has a really cool skin that you can't really swap off this gun for anything else. So for that reason, I am just taking this on my Death Watch build today, and we're starting off with the perk here, Extended Magazine, which says magazine size increases by 15% of the maximum. This will up both your base magazine and your grenade launcher portion, so super valuable perk. Next perk here is Magazine Restoration into the perk here, Cleaving Fire. Then I pick up the perk Remote Threat into the perk Great Might, down here into the perk Increased Capacity. The maximum ammo reserve of this weapon increases by 20%. Now, this will also buff up your base ammo reserves and your grenade launcher portion again, so just like this perk, it's very valuable for this build. Up here into the perk Headhunter and a top tier perk with Recoupment. Killing a Majoris or higher enemy with a headshot with this weapon restores one armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. Armor Restore built into a headshot on this weapon is super strong in the operations and hard strats. And siege mode, you don't need this perk as much because there are a ton of like blessings and modifiers that fix this up. It doesn't really matter, but in the operations, getting free armor regen is super strong, and this class is very squishy. You have no HP damage reduction outside of perk effects here like Reinforced Position that are very what do they call it, conditional. Yes, very conditional perk effects like this one, and because of that, having armor is pretty much mandatory because your HP is usually in danger of just exploding if you break your armor. Next perk here is Rapid Health. When your health's below 30%, killing 7 enemies rapid success restores health by 10%. This is also a very strong perk effect for the Techmarine because let's say you are at like 10% HP. 10% HP on Techmarine means you are almost guaranteed to be one shot by like any heavy hitting attack, and this can get you above that threshold to not just instantaneously die. So super strong perk for him as well. Next perk here is Perpetual Penetration into the perk here Divine Might. Then I pick up the perk Extended Magazine again. Now, alternatively, you could skip over Extended Magazine here or even Divine Might if you really wanted to pick up Tactical Precision, but this will only increase your headshot damage and will lose 10% damage on the grenade launcher portion. But some people don't care about the grenade launcher damage outright. They're mainly using it for the contested health recovery, and if you feel like that is more valuable to you, you can definitely pick this up. Now, for the perk tree here, I take the perk Precision Enhancement first. The servo gun now targets single dangerous enemies and fires powerful precision shots. And this is the best servo gun ability on the Techmarine for hard strats and ops, and even the siege mode right now. The damage here is kind of absurd. Plasma and Bolter are both pretty good, but the thing about Plasma Enhancement is you have to take the burn effect, and honestly, the Plasma gets caught on enemies all the time. The damage here can be potentially higher overall than Precision Enhancement, but this one just has way more utility, and this one's just not as strong as it was back in like the test server, especially since they nerfed the burn damage to no longer work on Auspex. So overall, burn as an effect is just less valuable than it used to be. Now, the next perk here is Methodical Destruction. Enemies damaged by equipment take 25% more damage for 10 seconds. This is just another little like damage debuff on the enemies to up our melee damage even further, though if you don't want this, you could pick up Omnisign Axe Deflection instead, because this is also great with the Salamander's Power Sword. The next perk here is Push the Advantage. After a finisher, your melee weapon deals 20% more damage for 15 seconds. This will trigger on any finisher. If you don't want this, you could pick up a Long Range Barrage, but honestly, we're just going for a full melee on this, so this is kind of a no-brainer. Next perk here is Battlefield Repairs. Team members restore 1 additional armor segment for finishers on Majoris or Extremis enemies. This is the best team perk for the Techmarine class in the Operations at Hard Strats. Getting 1 extra armor is just incredible. Super valuable perk. Definitely pick this up. Next perk here is Inexorable Salvo. This gives us no knockback for pretty much 15 seconds once we activate our servo gun, with a lingering effect of 15 seconds after deactivation. So really powerful effect here, and the big synergy on this one is if you put out Lethal Perimeter for any reason, this is one that says servo gun marks a zone and automatically attacks enemies that enter it using 50% less energy per shot. You will trigger this perk effect even if you use 0 energy by shooting this into like a ceiling or something, which is super nice. And that lingering effect will also take effect for 15 seconds after deactivating the 0 energy use on this one. So a great perk synergy there. Same thing up here with Counter-Offensive Protocol. Next perk here is Replenishing Salvo. Killing or incapacitating an enemy with the servo gun restores 1 equipment charge. Cooldown is 75 seconds. This just gives us back our equipment on a 75-second cooldown basically, which is really strong to keep triggering our perk effect over here, Methodical Destruction. Next perk here is Counter-Offensive Protocols. After using the servo gun, melee damage increases by 35% for 10 seconds. This is a full melee build, so kind of a no-brainer to pick this up, and just like with an Inexorable Salvo, this one will trigger by shooting this one into the ceiling. And I will say, if you want more armor restore, you can definitely pick this up. And one thing that I think is a bit overrated on the Precision Enhancement is Strategic Gunstrike. You don't actually need this to target Majoris primarily, because the way Precision Enhancement works is that this weapon or this servo gun effect will automatically target like the most dangerous enemy in front of you usually, so Extremis or Majoris, and you will not be wasting your shots remotely as much as you think. And also, Lethal Perimeter gives you so much utility and where you want to shoot your servo gun here that you really don't have to worry about wasting it as much, because you can just pinpoint things like Neurothropes, Zoanthropes, Elictors, and stuff like that. So really good option. And against Chaos especially, the Precision Enhancement is very strong, because Chaos enemies, they usually like to clump up, for their melee guys like Chaos Spawn, but their ranged guys like Minigun Terminators are usually on their own, or like in a 3-man clump of Extremis instead of like an entire horde, so really easy to pick them out. Final perk here is, of course, the perk Lethal Perimeter, and that is all there is for the main perk tree. Now, for the Prestige perk options, I take Chained Headshots first, because headshot damage is really nice on the Heavy Bolt Rifle. Moving here into the perk Unflinching Focus for invulnerability while activating Tarantula Sentry Guns. This perk is pretty much mandatory in my opinion. I mean, having invulnerability during the Sentry Gun activation is going to save your life, like guaranteed sometimes, and there are points in time where you cannot activate Sentry Guns without this perk, so definitely grab this. Next perk here is Stim Boost. Medicated Stim to restore 40% more HP. And the final perk is, of course, Furious Gunstrike. After using Gunstrike, melee damage increases by 25% for 5 seconds. So because you have no animation on your servo gun with the Techmarine, you can just shoot them in the face while you are doing your light combos with Nocturne's Retort and just do a fucktillion damage to the enemy. And that is pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Salamander's Power Sword is a super fun weapon, possibly like a top 10 heroic weapon in the game right now. Definitely like a top 2 power sword in my opinion, if not the best. But that's all I have to say in this one. Hopefully this build guide helped you, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And if you want to catch people live and ask me questions about the game, or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description, and also a link to my community Discord. I also want to say a special thank you to my channel members, and as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye.
Not even its witless artificer can repair it now.
Oh, this class is so good. Though, you know, if you want to be a bit safer here, you can take Omniscient Axe Deflection. We didn't take that this time, though, because we just want all the damage.
We interrupted the Hellspawn's critical functions.
Pretty sure this comes out to something like 105% bonus melee damage on top of that 300%, so you can get like over 400% bonus damage. I think the calculation actually comes out to be larger than that, but like in just pure numbers. They're not all the same buffs. Obviously, not every single one is identical, but... Assemble peak. Alright, we want that. Even more for us. Does the buff stand the story need to swap weapons and such? It feels like it does. I haven't tested that. But like, I mean... Are you saying the buff for the sword? I mean, you always swap your sword out ever. It's always there, so yes. Should. Like, you don't have a second melee weapon in this game. Let's just selecting which range weapon you got. Got robbed. The fucking Voltage just robbed me of my HP. Killed Zangor outright.
Successfully terminated.
For Vanguard, which bull carbon is better, Marksman or regular? I mean, the Feeling of Liberation, regular. Regular is much better than Marksman is for him. Marksman's still good, but regular does everything you want a Vanguard to do. Regular has better contested health recovery, just as good ammo economy, and more close range damage.
Replenishing ordnance.
The Marksman is still a really good option, but the automatic bolt carbine is way better for contested health. The ammo economy is incredibly strong. And the damage is kind of nuts. I made stream as vertical as intended. That's the mobile stream. If you click on the channel, you can find my other stream. That's for the vertical format. Premium, look at that. You heard the servo gun ammo perk using now or the burn perk? Burn's not as good as it used to be. Remember, it's because you give attack on your team you're not doing these mods. It doesn't matter for this class, but precision servo with the lethal perimeter is the best in hard strats and operations on this class. Plasma's pretty eh. Plasma burn is okay. Vulture burn is okay. The problem with the other two is you have to take the burn perks, or they kind of like, or you don't have to, but they're significantly better with them. This one doesn't care as much. It opens up a ton of other perk opportunities for you. CL, I'll say about the $5 super chat. What is your current / past involvement with 40k? Let's see, where was I during the Siege of Terra? So, you know, the God Emperor called me up and I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm busy. But we showed up anyways. Oh, you mean miniatures? Okay. I have a pile of shame right now. That's my involvement with that at the moment. The miniatures, I like the miniatures. I do. I like the tabletop. It's just that I don't have a lot of time to play or paint.
The controls are sluggish but functional.
That guy moved a lot farther than I thought he was going to.
The server gun is fully operational. Active Terminator exercise of Paris. Mutating wrench dispatched. Inserting flash magazines. Enemy units call for backup. The enemy bolsters their forces. Ready yourselves. Cycling cartridges. Gun strike ready to roll. Replenishing ordnance. Shut down their call for reinforcements. Swipe large enemy activity detected. Servants of the Dark Gods sighted. We cannot advance without the next console. Move quickly. Once the rite has begun, it must be concluded within the allotted time frame.
Well, guys.
Server harness gun rifle. Its maliciousness is halting.
We gotta start the objective, guys. God damn. This is like an absolute mosh pit of guys. Alright, we're gonna go activate it. 8 seconds, I'm sure we can do that. That's not even here. I don't even go up here.
I can restore this sentry to operational status. Reloading. Heretic commander eliminated. We interrupted the Hell Spawn's critical functions. Servo gun is fully operational. Let the servo gun do its job.
Pretty sure a little cultist caught a free shot of that servo gun, poor little guy.
Formidable heretic warriors, Prince. Cycling cartridges.
The humble cultist sniper, sure. FGG's actually Alfarius. I'm a chaos agent. Might be true.
Generator awakened. Now, the other one. Move quickly. Once the rite has begun, it must be concluded within the allotted time frame.
That was quite a mess, wasn't it?
Refreshing armaments.
This area of Fall of Atreus either ends in like 5 seconds or it takes 5 years. So your server gun will recover your contested health, so if you are losing HP. Oh nice.
Cast back into the abyss.
Techmarine is so much aura.
Servo gun is fully operational. Must eradicate that house.
Wait, it's not giving me back anything from that. Hold on.
Servo gun engaged. Vile monstrosity reduced to basic.
Alright, there we go. Now we have nades, finally, after all that time. You gotta be a little careful with your grenades, because that is like your lifeline on this class.
No turning back.
Ooh, melt a bomb. That's really good for us. But I like Sanctified Wrath. Sanctified Wrath triggers methodical destruction. So if we're like 2 feet in front of an enemy's face, Sanctified Wrath is actually doing a ton against the Helvert. Also an interrupt. Melt a bomb is definitely the better pick. I might regret that later, but if we die, we blame it on that.
Automated weaponry engaged. Traitorly observed. Hail spawn suppression accomplished. Servo harness gun available. Let the servo gun do its job. Replenishing ordnance. Sangor spearmen and counterparts. Kit. Activating tarantula sentry gun. Our foes attempt to call up fresh forces. Gun strike ready to deploy.
How's it going? Alfarius, what's up, Sigismund?
Hostiles equipped.
Shouldn't you be on, like, I don't know, Reddit? The Sigismund meme.
Servo gun strike in progress. Block the enemy from summoning reinforcements. Vile monstrosity reduced to basic levels. Some stand sector. Assume defensive positions.
I don't know myself. Yeah, I thought man, they're gonna quit. That was a mistake. That's the dangerous thing about Techmarine. You gotta respect your total HP. I have to say, not very high.
Walking power our enemies accelerated. Servant
Precision turret wasted ammo on cultists. Well, normally I turn it off, but you can't turn it off and execute. So the thing about this one is precision enhancement will usually prioritize Majoris and above, but you can't turn it off in the middle of an execute, so be aware of that.
Servo gun is fully operational. Rearming war gear. Repurposing battlefield sentry.
Paladin best build back in Dragon Age? I don't play Dragon Age, how the fuck would I know? Well, I did, but
Fresh ammunition acquired.
not the point I really care about the builds.
Replenishing ordnance. Traitor assault ring.
Captain Akaran, your Ultramarines are late. We are under heavy attack and need reinforcements.
Compound located.
Make haste, lest your tardiness lead to the harm of our blessed vessel.
Hellspawn section. Inserting fresh magazines. This tarantula is still battle-worthy. Heritage special suppressed.
These perks only target Majoris and above. That one's not really worth taking. I think both counter-offensive protocol and fortifying salvo especially are much better. I would take that one with decapitating stratagem though. That's what I would take that one.
Servo harness gun available. The traitors unleashed the Zangor spear. We interrupted the Hellspawn's critical function. Automated weaponry engaged.
Just don't leave your precision enhancement open, like or I should say, don't leave it on when you go into an execute. Sometimes you can help it.
Strike ready to deploy.
And that would, okay, what the fuck?
Minion of the wall. Purified. Servo gun engaged. Terminator. Disgraceful use of tactical dreadnought armor. You desecrated our whole heretic.
Who the hell is Dragon Age? How good is it? Like, how old is it? Pretty old. 2008 old.
Enemy units called for backup. To battle, brothers! Zangor successfully terminated.
Adequate performance noted, Talassa. I have opened the gates.
Alright, see if we get a sorcerer or a hell
We
brute
cannot
here.
preserve this blessed vehicle with such a meager
Sorcerer's
number
not
of
too bad to
troops.
fight here. Not too
Talassa is
bad.
not there to provide you with protection. They are there to prepare that battle barge for flight.
It couldn't possibly break free of Demarium's gravity in its...
The engine should provide sufficient lift, but the vessel's fusion batteries are fully depleted. There's no charge to start the ship's reactor.
Can we source additional fusion battery units?
There is a fusion battery unit we could use to awaken the reactor, but it too will require charging from our power plant. those areas of the facility are compromised.
Our tactics are sound, and our resolve is undaunted.
Let's see what we got. Boss spawn, maybe?
Silence the enemies before they request backup. Restoring the
Alright, that was
sentry to
waste.
battle level status. Heretic commander eliminated. Its maliciousness is halted. Reloading. Repurposing battlefield sentry. Let the server gun do its job. Formidable heretic warriors suppressed. Replenishing ordnance.
Okay, I can let me swap my weapon. Cool. Almost stacked me there with unblockables. Not very cool. All the rubric marines.
Traitor leader terminated.
Should just say Chaos Spawner Matt. I don't understand it. Fundamentally don't. These guys are way worse.
Rearming warhead. Servo harness guns available. Thousand Suns champion nullified. Replenishing ordnance. Activating tarantula sentry gun.
Oh, that was almost tragic. I just only got one boss spawn here.
Servo gun is fully operational.
When's the last time someone mentioned Jake Sully on stream? It's been a bit. Been a minute.
Heretic activity quelled. Inspect weaponry for functionality.
Think sabers would make the new boss less punishing? I mean, it's not very
The
punishing now.
Omnissiah has blessed you with
Outside of
abundance
bugs.
power. Perhaps in the machine god's infinite wisdom they permit the transgression.
It's a lot better than it was in the PTS, got nerfed heavily. There's a bug where you occasionally one-shots you when that's not happening. Not too bad.
Does not take a locust
I don't think it's any
to
worse than the
seize
Hell
an
Root.
act of desperation.
He's also really susceptible to being staggered in this game. It's the best melee weapon for Bulwark, Power Axe, and Power Fist.
We have silenced the heretics. Enemy units called for backup. Reloading. Enemy reinforcements are en route. Hull terminator cleansed. Inserting fresh magazines.
A long mission.
I can restore this sentry to operational status.
I think once they fix the bugs in the new boss, it'll be fine.
Heretics are amassing their forces.
Oh, still got a hell route. This might actually be terrible then.
My server-harness gun will handle this. Formidable heretic. Its existence is an affront to the Omnisun. Reloading.
Alright, can I do this? Alright, you gotta go.
Server-harness gun available. Tango specimen rendered inert.
Here's how we do this.
Magic specialist suppressed. Server gun. The abomination has been purged. Cycling cartridges.
Next zero, think of that prime.
Gunstrike ready to deploy. Tango successfully terminated. Replenishing ordnance. Thousand Suns champion nullified.
Has some pesos. I think I will.
Nothing to salvage from this crushing loss.
Ah, you fuck.
Server-harness gun available.
Up FTG, how's it going? Pretty well. We're just doing a
Fresh
Covenant of Fire Deathwatch Techmarine Salamander Power Sword max melee damage build, which kind of just shit on the Hellroot.
automated weaponry engaged. Heretic specialist suppressed.
Alright, if we can spin this before another horde spawns, that would be premium.
Servo gun is fully operational. Replenishing ordnance. Servo gun engaged. Shut down their call for reinforcements. Heretics be ready.
Something to go totally wrong here.
Thalassa, we are almost there. What is your status?
The sleeping giants will soon awaken, brother.
Hold for our signal. The enemy are summoning reinforcements.
Are there things at the prime?
Heretic presence detected. Thalassa, transmitting targeting signal now.
The signal is weak. Can we plot a course?
Your data is clouded, Lieutenant. Maintain close proximity to target.
Okay, that sucks.
Reactor is primed for ignition. The vessel is ready. This machine will service me forever, Lieutenant.
Atreus, ready to launch on your signal, Lieutenant. Lock target now.
Routing signal data through telemetry systems. Numerous errors detected due to signal interference. Calculating trajectory.
Mission accomplished.
There we go. Guys, it is free.